Welcome back to the GIZGUIDE YouTube channel. Hi, this is Peter, and we will be unboxing a new phone from Huawei, the Huawei Y7. Let's begin. This is the box itself. As you can see, it has the Huawei logo here, the design of the phone here, and as you can see, it has a notch, and our unit is really sealed. So what we are going to do is use this knife to unbox the device. So it is really that easy. All I need to do is just scrape one part and then tear the plastic apart. After that, here we go. The box is opened already, and the first thing that we saw is another plastic that covers the phone, and the phone is black. I believe this is the midnight black version, and the unit that I got has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. So here, but before we talk about the specs, I will go deeper first on what we will find inside. So here we got this IMEI stickers. Just keep it, but you can always check if it has the IMEI in the settings of the phone itself. And then the next part is this. It has this SIM ejector pin. The SIM ejector pin, of course, this tool can be used to open the SIM tray slot here. Let's see if it has a micro SD card slot as well. And I'm glad to report that it has a total of 3 slots, meaning you can put a micro SD card and a dual nano SIM card. And then next is this. This is the quick start guide in different languages. So if you want to know more about the phone, if you want to check it out, just read this. It has some of the instructions on how to use the device and some of the key details of the phone. And then it also has this warranty card. Okay, just skip this. Next is this. I like that Huawei included a case. Including a case is always a huge plus, as I do not need to buy a new one anymore. Basically, the package is complete right off the bat. You have the phone, you have the case, and that's nice. It can easily fit my device, and it is just right. This is a clear type of case that won't hide the true beauty of your phone. Next is this, the charger. This is the 5 volts 2 amps charger. That charger is equivalent to 10 watts, and that's expected for a phone priced this low. I do not really expect it to come with a super fast charging solution. At least it has 10 watts, again, not 5 volts 1 amp or the 5 watts charger that you get from Apple devices that are really expensive. And this is really forgivable for me. And it has this cable, the USB-A cable to micro USB. And sadly, it does not have USB Type-C yet, but for the price, guys, that is very understandable, and for its overall specs at this price point. And let's talk about that in a bit. I forgot to mention, but it also has an earphones with mic in the package. In terms of build, this phone has a nice glossy material at the back. The unit that I have is the midnight black version, but it is also available in Aurora Blue colorway. As you can see here, it has a 3D curved body, and it feels nice in the hands, and it is comfortable to hold as well. The body of the phone is a bit prone to fingerprint smudges, but it isn't super noticeable, as you can see here in the camera, unlike other phones with glossy display. Here at the back, it has a dual camera setup. The dual camera setup consists of a 13MP f1.8 primary shooter paired with a 2MP f2.4 secondary camera. The secondary camera is for depth effect, meaning for capturing shots with blurred background, or what we call bokeh. And then it has this Master AI technology, Huawei's AI solution for scene detection. and it has an LED flash at the bottom. Here you can read here that it has the A camera, and that is one of the main features of this phone. I'm also glad to say that it has a fingerprint reader here, and on top there is a 3.5mm headphone port for your wired headphones. It has a microphone here as well, and then it has another microphone here. The other one here is a speaker grill. It is a loudspeaker, single loudspeaker at the bottom, and then here you also get a micro USB port. And the phone feels and looks good overall to my eyes, at least for the price. Here you can see that it has the notch. The notch is responsible for containing the 8MP camera with AI as well, and it has Huawei selfie toning flash technology, so we want to check that out. It has face unlock as well, guys. So the face unlock works actually. So we will be checking now if it has this selfie toning flash that they said. So it has a soft light flash. As you can see here, this is a surprise, as Huawei managed to hide an LED flash here in this portion of the phone, just on top of the bezel. It's impressive for me. That's very impressive for me. As you can see, it's hardly noticeable here. So they managed to squeeze that LED flash in this tiny bezel part here. Also, if you can see here, the ear speaker grill is cleverly hidden on top of the notch as well. Overall, the build is nice. I like that it has a pretty slim body of 8.1mm, and the weight is not that heavy at 168 grams despite having a big 4000 milliamperes battery. Also, the body is small for a phone with a 6.26-inch display, and in general, I'm impressed with its body, and I believe that this is one of the better looking phones for its price tag of 6,990 pesos. Checking the specs, this phone has respectable specs for the price. Number one, it has a 6.26-inch display. It is an IPS panel with good viewing angles and 1520 by 720 resolution at around 269 pixels per inch. Personally, I would have liked it better if it has 1080p display, but at this price point, I cannot really complain that much. Having an HD display for under 7,000 pesos is still considered normal in 2020. Inside, this phone is packed with a 1.8 GHz Snapdragon 450 octa-core processor. Yes, this is one of the rare Huawei phones with a Snapdragon processor, but that Snapdragon processor is a 40nm chipset, meaning it is not that really fast, but it is a respectable chip for a 7,000 pesos phone or 6,990 pesos. The good thing here is Huawei paired it with large 4 gigs of RAM, and then it also has 64 gigs of storage. If I can remember correctly, there is a version of this smartphone in China that has 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. But here in the Philippines, the unit that we will get has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. And the good thing here is 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage is still considered as rare for a phone priced at 7,000 pesos. Most of the time, you will only get 3 gigs of RAM with 32 gigs of storage or 3 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of storage. But here, Huawei is feeling a little bit generous. I also like that it has 4,000 milliamperes of battery. 4,000 milliamperes of battery should be more than enough for a day of usage. In our experience on phones with HD display, it can last for a day and a half at least if you are not a heavy user. If you are a heavy user, it can still last for a whole day of use. And then next, it has this 4G LTE connectivity. You get a fingerprint scanner at the back. We tested it earlier and I find it a little bit reliable. It is quite fast, though not the fastest around obviously because this is an entry-level phone, but it works. Next is you get Bluetooth 4.2, GPS, LONASS, then you get face unlock technology as well. In front for the selfies, as mentioned earlier, it has an 8MP camera. And at the back, you get a 13MP f1.8 and a 2MP f2.4 depth sensor. Checking its UI, it is running on EMUI 8.2. That is an Android-based skin, and it's a little bit older. I would have liked it better if it has at least EMUI 9 or EMUI 10. But again, for the price, I can't really complain that much. Although I wish that Huawei will see an update on this smartphone. This device is also one of the 2020 Huawei phones that still has the Google Play Store. But if you do not want that, it has the Huawei App Gallery. Huawei App Gallery is Huawei's own app store that is everly improving. They have been putting a lot of effort in this ecosystem, on building this ecosystem to make it more appealing to everyone. Currently, it is the largest non-Android and non-iOS app store. It is considered as the third largest app store in the world, and it is growing. And that is nice to know as the competition is getting better. My quick thoughts. So far, this smartphone is interesting for the price. I like that it is one of the few with a 3D curved glass-like design with a glossy finish. It is available in midnight black and aurora purple color. Allow me to correct myself earlier. It is not aurora blue, it is aurora purple, the second color of this phone. And in front, I'd also like that the display is big. It is a 6.26-inch big display. The resolution is just HD+, but I still find it quite nice for watching clips, YouTube clips. And look at this, the colors are still okay and the viewing angles are still considered as nice. For performance, the chipset is not really that new. It is still using the Snapdragon 450 processor. It is an octa-core chip based on the 14nm process. That chipset can still do games. It can still load most of the apps with ease. The good thing about this is Huawei managed to add a large 4 gigs of RAM for multitasking, and it has a big 64 gigs of storage. The 64 gigs of storage is even expandable using a micro SD slot. That is a dedicated slot. It has a triple tray slot. And going back, the RAM and the ROM of this device is 2 times bigger than most competing phones. Also, you get the 4000 mAh of battery for at least a day of use, or if you are not a heavy user, maybe you can use it for up to 2 days or 1.5 days in just a single charge. Overall, this could be the one for those who are looking for a sleek device, multiple camera setup, a phone with a notch, and pretty decent specs for the asking price of 6,990 pesos. Of course, we will be doing more tests about this phone, and we will reserve our final judgment on our full review. That's it. Thank you so much everyone for watching. This is me, Peter of GIZGUIDE.com. I will see you on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at GIZGUIDEPH. You may also check us on Facebook at GIZGUIDEPH as well.